Hello everyone, my name is Olusegun Faulkner and I'll be taking us through a discussion titled Peaceful Mind, Peaceful Life. Our content for today includes an introduction, questions about what the mind is, ways in which we can attain a peaceful mind, practical goal setting techniques, interesting quotes to remind us on the importance of the mind, and a conclusion. Before we before we proceed, I would love to give us a brief introduction on what Mind Success is. Mind Success started as my personal YouTube channel where I aim to teach people how to harness the power of their mind in order to be able to use it to achieve their goals effectively and in a flow based way. I was able to come across this information in year 2021 and I've been able to use it to achieve a whole lot of goals between 2021 and up till now. I believe sharing this information would impact a lot of people in a positive way and change a lot of people's lives at the end of the day. Before we proceed, I would like to give a brief introduction about me. My name is Olusegun Faulkner. I am a self motivated individual. I am passionate about problem solving for businesses and crafting exceptional user experience for individuals through product design and mind coaching. So let's proceed. So, before we proceed fully, we're always talking about the mind. The question now is, what is the mind? Well, from my learnings over the years, the mind can be likened to the inner reality, which shapes the outcome of outer realities. What this means is that how you see yourself within shapes the experiences you go through on the outside. Now, let's say, for example, we have two people. One sees himself as rich in his mind eye within, and one sees himself as poor in his mind eye without. Both might have poor realities, basically. Maybe they are born into a poor home. But let me ask you a question. Who do you think is most likely going to succeed? Is it the guy that sees himself as a rich person, as a successful person, or the guy as a poor person? The guy that sees himself as a rich person is most likely going to be successful because the mind is going to create ways in which that success is going to come into his outer reality because that's how he sees himself. So it is very, very important that you understand the power of the mind at the end of the day. Secondly, we'll be talking about the speech. What is speech? Speech can be likened to the image of the mind, which simply means you can change your outer experiences or how you react to experiences by changing your speech about such situations at the end of the day. So next slide is how to attain a peaceful mind. So I want to say that before I started having a peaceful mind, I started it started basically when I started setting goals for myself at the end of the day. I started setting passionate goals for myself, things I'm passionate about, and I also started setting what we call mind goals. So when I'm talking about mind goals involves us training ourselves to choose the subject of our thinking at any given time. In order to be able to attain this, we should take note of the inner or mental conversations we carry on with ourselves. How do you talk about yourself in within? As this the inner conversation you carry with yourself. How do you talk about yourself within? Is it from a place of love or from a place of hate or from a place of lack? The exercise of having mind goals is that it helps shape our outer reality to what we want, and it also enables us respond adequately to life's challenges on the outside. Secondly, in order to be able to attain a peaceful mind, we also need to let go of any thought of failure or disappointment and not dwell on them. The thought of failure and disappointment need your attention to have an effect on your reality. Yes, what do you mean by that? They need your attention. Yes, as a human being, we tend to be worried at the end of the day. We would always be worried, but we also need to learn to take our attention away from anything that does not align with the end in which you seek, if you know what I mean. Because if you keep thinking about it in your mind's eye, you keep thinking about all the negative things that are happening to you, you're only creating a cycle in which the reality will be recreated. But once you don't give these ways of thinking your attention, you cut the grip of all those things. Yes, things might be happening on the outside, but you're able to cut the grip. You understand? You're able to get lightweight. You're able to become lightweight, and you're able to direct the attention towards the right thoughts and actions. That means you're able to like chase your goals. You're able to like focus on what actually matters, rather than allowing the noise to becloud your mind at the end of the day. So having goals generally, I can assure you, would give you a peaceful mind to an extent. When I started having goals, I can't even lie. The level of peace of mind I started having was very, very immense. So next, um, we'll be talking about practical ways of directing your attention towards your goals. Practical ways of directing your attention towards your goals. Number one is auto suggestion. Number two is journaling. And number three is environment. So you must be wondering that what are all this? So I'm going to be explaining that in the next slide. So explanation of all these concepts. So when we say auto suggestion is like telling yourself things and over until you believe them at the end of the day. So how I do all my own auto suggestion is different. I always record myself. I'm giving gratitude for whatever goal I want at the end of the day. So I have auto suggestions for my yearly goals basically. Most of my auto suggestion I always get towards my yearly goals. So what I do is I just write out things I want in the end. Okay. I want a particular car. Understand? I write the fact that I already have the car. I understand. I write the fact that I already have the car. I just write out everything I want, how I got the car, the kind of how much I was able to get the car, the kind of model it was, and everything. I write everything down, then I record myself listening to it. Understand? I record myself, then I listen to that thing on a loop over and over again. So that kind of helps me to like that kind of gives me like a reminder on the things I need to do to be able to achieve it. Because as I remind my mind about this goal, that's this as I also suggest this particular goal to my mind over and over again, practical ways in which I'm able to use to achieve it comes to my mind and I'm able to proceed ahead with it. So auto suggestion is simply just repetition, repeating something to yourself, something that you want to happen to you, something positive you want to happen to you, repeating it to yourself, letting your mind get accustomed to it over and over again. So that is what auto suggestion is. Journaling. Journaling for me, I use my journaling to analyze my why nots. Let's say, for example, I want to have a car. You understand what I mean? And because I don't have the money now, you get because of that, I now conclude that I cannot have a car. Yes, my desire is to have a car, but because I don't have the money now, I now conclude that I cannot have the car. So journaling kind of helps me look at why not? Why can't I have a car? You understand? So there's a way I journal in such a way that I'm able to analyze my why nots and they are not able to stop me, if you know what I mean. The knots, you understand, the not possible parts, I'm able to eliminate it, you understand. So that's what journaling does for me. But journaling is just like making a special book where you write down your thoughts, feelings, and things that happens to you basically. But like I said, there's a special way in which I journal, which is in using it to analyze my why nots. As we proceed further, I would explain more on what that means. Thirdly is environment. Are you in an you where you want to ensure that the kind of environments you are in are environments that align with your goals at the end of the day? Because some people have a desire to achieve a goal, but the kind of environment they are in is not really supportive at the end of the day. So um things around you, basically like your home, your school, the people you spend time with, you understand, are very important. Are you spending time with people that are giving you energy to achieve your goal, or you are spending time with people that make your goal difficult for you to be able to achieve, if you know what I mean? So your environment matters a lot in terms of like having ways in which you can control your mind to achieve your goals at the end of the day. Your environment plays a very, very critical role. Journaling also helps, auto suggestion also helps, but I feel your environment is very, very important at the end of the day, and which is one of the things that should be taken very, very seriously at the end of the day. So, next slide, we'll be talking about practical rules for goal setting. One of the rules is check to always check your feelings. So, what do I mean by always checking your feelings? Your goal is to always ensure that the journey and destination are one. So when I say the journey and destination are one, I'm simply saying that how you want to feel in the end is the way you should be feeling before you achieve your goal. For example, you want to have a car. How would I feel when I have a car? How would I feel if I'm driving the car? You always want to feel that way even before driving the car, even before having the car. You understand? One of the mistake people makes is that they always achieve their goals in what I call third class when they can achieve it in first class. First class is achieving your goal in such a way that there's no difference when you even before you achieve it. You always feel at peace. You always feel at ease. You understand? So your goal is like we said, your goal is always to ensure that the journey and destination are one. So when you are feeling distressed about your goal, you can ask yourself this question: with the way I'm feeling, is the journey and destination one? If the answer is no, that is an opportunity for you to create and transmit into a reality that aligns with your goal. That is where the auto suggestions come in. Auto suggestions just helps you to direct your feeling into a positive one so that you'll be able to drop all the burdens and be able to move effortlessly towards your goal. Because one thing people do is that they dwell too much on the negative thoughts. You understand what I mean? They dwell too much on the negative feeling. Yes, you would have negative feeling, but you need to always check that feeling because that feeling isn't going to help you towards your goals. So you always have to check that feeling through your auto suggestions. You understand what I mean? Like I said, you want a car. You understand? You record yourself giving gratitude for the car. So whenever you are feeling as if this goal is not possible, whenever you are feeling down or feeling some kind of way, the auto suggestion is helping you correct the negative feeling into a positive feeling so that you can move effortlessly. You understand? And light-heartedly into achieving your goal at the end of the day. So it is very, very, very important that you always check your feeling. Always create a time in which you just check your feeling about a particular goal you want. Because if you don't check your feeling, you will dwell too much on negative thought, and as a result of that, you will just be stagnant for a very, very long time without moving forward, without having an initiative of what to do at the end of the day. Another way in which we could set our goals is by taking action. So when I say take action, I mean take what we call inspired action. So things that help me very, very well in terms of like um helping me check my feelings is like I said, journaling, auto suggestion, and environment. But the two major things that helps me is auto suggestion and journaling. And after I do these things, I always try and take what we call inspired action. Inspired action is the action that comes to you to do as at the point in which you are feeling at peace. Yes, you were feeling distressed before, yeah. You listened to your auto suggestion, you started feeling good. What action is coming to your mind to take? Those actions are very, very, very important. It's called inspired action because they help you maintain your reality, that reality in which you want. The mistake I used to make was that I would just journal, you understand, and not take any inspired action. Let's say there's an action that will come to my mind, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. You understand? Or procrastinate on the action that is coming to my mind at that point. That was one mistake I used to make. You might still be able to achieve your goal, but that's just going to cause unnecessary delay. You understand? You want to be in a situation whereby you are able to experience your reality, ideal reality as fast as possible. So in order to be able to experience your ideal reality as fast as possible, when you do your auto suggestion on when you journal, when I do my why not journaling, all I just have to do is just take what we call inspired action. What action comes to my mind? What action is related to the goal that I want that I can take now to take me closer to my goal? Then I take the action. You understand what I mean? At times I might just finish my auto suggestion and I might just some set of actions just come to my mind. Do this, do that, do this, do that regarding this particular goal. And I just write it out and I just start executing it there, there, and there. Because like I said, our goal is to ensure that um we want to experience our ideal reality as fast as possible. Procrastination only makes us re, return back to the state of being needy, being negative and everything. Whereas you can just take action and just maintain, you understand, the ideal thought, the ideal feeling at the end of the day. So taking inspired action is very, very important. It's not just about changing your feelings, it's about what do you do to maintain that feeling. So taking inspired action is very, very important. Thirdly, we'll be talking about practice. You want to practice this process. Like I said, this concept requires practice and not just a one-time thing. It's not something you just do once. As time goes on, you start to see your ideal reality and you start to get better at it. So you want to practice this process as many times as possible. You have a goal, you are feeling negative about it, you listen to the suggestion about it. Any inspired action that comes to your mind, you take it. If after taking the inspired action, maybe at the end of the day, you now reflect, you understand, on how the day went. Did the things I want to achieve? Was I able to achieve everything? You understand? How do I reflect? So now there's a part that says reflection. How do I reflect? Reflection is simply taking note of things that made you feel negative during the day. You understand? You are reflecting on things that made you feel negative during the day. And you might not have been able to, let's say you have like four goals, and you might not have been able to listen to the other suggestion for all the four goals. You understand what I mean? When you reflect, you are reflecting the negative things, the things that made you feel negative, and you are trying to say the right auto suggestion, you understand, to clear those negative thoughts, you understand, at the end of the day. And I would recommend you doing auto suggestion um in the morning when you wake up, you understand, just auto suggest regarding your goals. Listen to the auto suggestion you made regarding your goals. And also, when you finish at night, do your auto suggestion and also do your reflection, because they are very, very important. Because don't want to be in a situation whereby for all your goals, you're having some things that are making you not move forward. So you always want to reflect on those goals and create the right also suggestion to clear that negative feeling about that goal so that you're able to move lightheartedly towards your goals at the end of the day. Like I said, this process requires practice. It's not a one-time thing. There's what we call the 7 day mental diet at the end of the day, which involves you um creating also suggestion or creating what we call affirmations. Affirmations are what you are listening to basically. Auto suggestion is like listening to your affirmations over and over again. So you always want to have affirmations regarding your goals that you listen to, and you always also want to take inspired action at the end of the day towards that goal. Immediately you feel good about your goal, immediately you listen to your auto suggestion. It's very, very important that you take inspired action. You're able to move towards your goal at the end of the day. So next slide is we'll be talking about some interesting quotes. So we have a quote from Neville Goddard which says that change the conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Life is only a messenger. Life is only reflecting who you are. So instead of trying to change people, instead of trying to change the outer reality, change the kind of thoughts you have within you. And I can assure you that your outer reality is going to change. Another interesting quote is from Charles F. Arnold. The law of attraction will certainly and unerringly bring to you the conditions, environment, and experiences in life corresponding with your habitual characteristics and predominant mental attitude. Your predominant mental attitude. Is your mental attitude of success or what you think about is of failure at the end of the day? It is very, very important. Another quote is from Florence Scovel Shinn. I love this lady a lot. Your word is your wand. The word you speak creates your reality. Second, another interesting quote from her is that you will be a failure until you press the subconscious with the conviction that you are a success. This is done by making an affirmation which clicks. And when you make an affirmation, it's not by making an affirmation, by listening to it over and over again, so that the mind gets accustomed to it at the end of the day. So, in conclusion, there's this affirmation I like listening to, and I would love us to repeat it together. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income, which is consistent with integrity and mutual benefit to others. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income, which is consistent with integrity and mutual benefits to others. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income, which is consistent with integrity and mutual benefits to others. I would advise that we listen to this over and over again regarding our goals. And I really, really appreciate you for this. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful and amazing day. And I look forward to having you back on my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bless.